diverse communities in the planning and implementation of such or like opportunities.
And if you could be specific on what those strategies would look like and be, not just speak to the value of community engagement, but really what would that look like for you as a leader in Hennepin County?
What community engagement looks like to me is this room right here. And what I mean by that is I go to community meetings and I rarely ever see Hmong folks in the audience. I rarely see Lao folks in the audience. I rarely see people of color in the audience. And I think when I think about that really hard, what I see is that when we up here talk about things, we talk about things in a policy wonkish sort of way. It's complicated. We talk about the minutiae, the details, and everything, and the messages are not simple enough. That's one. Two, we don't provide interpreters for people who don't speak English, and so they're not engaged in the process. And sometimes it's just one meeting for a big issue, and that's it. And in a place like District 2, where we have about 5 different cities, I mean, we should have at least 5 different meetings, because there are 5 different constituencies within District 2. And so those are the things that I really do think we have to consider. But at the heart of it is, we have to really think about how we can engage people, and engaging people means that we need to break those things down and make it simpler so that the messages are easier for people to understand, and people understand that they have an interest in these meetings, because a lot of times we just have a lot of meetings and we talk a lot, but it doesn't really hit people close to home. So I think that's really important, that we should think about community engagement in a different way, and I like what I see tonight, actually.
It's pretty clear to me from my discussions around the district that most people believe that the county acts first and then talks to the residents later. That's got to switch. And I think that one of the models that has worked is the community engagement around the Botno line. I think if the county had had its way, we would have had one meeting here in North Minneapolis, and then off we'd have gone. Instead, community members said, not so fast. This is some once-in-a-lifetime types of decisions that we are going to be making, and we're going to be doing them together, and as many people as we can engage, we will engage. We had dozens of meetings about the Botno line, and at every meeting, new people came because they had just heard about it. And one of the ways that I think we need to continue engaging the community will be information through the neighborhood associations, the churches, senior centers, other organizations that work here in the community, as well as maybe TV and radio. TV is probably too expensive, but and then there's email, Facebook, and Twitter. We have huge decisions to make in the next couple of years here about projects in District 2. We've got the Botno line, we've got the Southwest line, Penn Avenue Community Works Project. Anybody know about that? It's here, and we have a lot of decisions to make on that. Where are we going to locate the Hub Social Service Network? How are we going to revitalize Lowry Avenue? The building of the 911 center in the Plymouth part of the district. Where are we going to site and build a new Weber library? We have paving projects. We have restriping the roads for bicycle lanes, and so much more. We need to work through these decisions together. We need to be creative. We need to be collaborative. We need to make sure that the hiring goals, when we're hiring people to do the work, are aggressive and carefully monitored. And the taxpayers deserve to know where their money is going to go, what the projects are being proposed, how it's going to affect them, and whether it will improve the lives of the people that are here.
Thank you. So I once saw this picture. It was a ladder of community engagement, right? And at the bottom of the ladder was non-participation. In the middle of the ladder was tokenism. And at the top of the ladder was citizen power. And at the top of the ladder, there's authentic decision-making authority for citizens. I'm going to give you each a minute. Do you have any ideas on ways in which you could either, how you could structure into the system the voices of people that influence decision making, so that their voices aren't just in what is your opinion on things, but that are there any structural ways to embed community engagement into the decision making processes of Hennepin County.
You could do a county in the community meetings regularly. As I said, there are enough things going on in Hennepin County here in District 2 that you could tackle them consistently and have a regular meeting here in the districts. Hennepin County is really large, and a lot of the work that's done is kind of district by district. And I think if the commissioner has the will to do so, she can actually make those community engagement efforts real and meaningful.
I want to start out with this story. A gentleman at the county came to me to talk about the North Hub and where to locate the North Hub. And one of the things he talked about was he was trying to engage the community on where they want it and how they want it. And I asked him, so on your list of 100 people that you want to talk about, is there a single Hmong person on that list? And he looked and he looked and he looked, and he could not find a single person. And you know what? You know the person he mentioned? He mentioned Sonny. And did he not know that I was Hmong and I was asking for a Hmong person? And he didn't have a Hmong person there. And so I think that's the thing, is that when you are trying to engage community and you're engaging with folks who don't speak English and you don't have somebody even on the list, hundreds of people and you don't have that person on the list, that's problematic. And I say that because I think that when we think about community engagement in that sort of structured way, we really need to talk to the folks who are the common folks, not just the community leaders who represent that they represent everybody. We have to talk to everybody we can so that we get authentic voices from the community.